Hi, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity. Um, I want to introduce myself for those who don't know me. Levi Kramer. I'm Agad Shir in Shalaf and Sifta. I want to begin with a story that I heard from Rabbi Groner. Again, I'm doing this off memory. Maybe the details are not so accurate. Once there was a person who wasn't so frum, and he wrote to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe was responding. They were corresponding back and forth. And as the Rebbe was responding to him, he was becoming more and more frum. One day, when he's already frum, he writes to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe is not answering him. And a few weeks pass by, another few weeks pass by, he keeps on writing to the Rebbe, he's not getting answers. So he went to Rabbi Groner, he says, I don't understand why I'm not getting answers. So Rabbi Groner tells him, why don't you ask the Rebbe yourself? I'm writing to you, I'm not getting an answer. So he wrote to the Rebbe this question. Later, the Rebbe meets Rabbi. The Rebbe tells Rabbi Groner, I don't understand this person's question. The person writes that I never write to him. I wrote to him for Chayelo, I wrote to him in Vav Tishrei, I wrote for him maybe at Shvat time, and for Shchedesh Nissen. Basically, the Rebbe started listing the Michtav Klali, the general letters that the Rebbe was writing. The Rebbe writes it throughout the different Yimei Pagra, etc. And the Rebbe is saying, of course I'm writing to him. I'm writing all these letters to everyone. He's included. So as we know, these letters are very special to the Rebbe. The Rebbe spent a lot of time, especially the Aris, the Marmakaimes, and this week is Shas Mevarchim, and next week is Rosh Chodesh. I think it's appropriate to go through just a nekuda of the Michtav Klali from the Rebbe for Yom Tiv, for Rosh Chodesh, and also a little bit from the one from closer to Pesach from Yom Nissen. I chose the most recent letter that we have from the Rebbe for Rosh Chodesh Nissen in the year of Shnas Iber, in a leap year. That was in the year Tafshin Mem Tes. So just a nekuda. So Rebbe discusses, we all know that a leap year doesn't happen so often, but it happens 7 years and 19 years. And the idea is to be able to have the lunar year catch up with the solar year. So the Pesach could be in a Chodesh Av, it could be during springtime. But the Rebbe says what people don't realize, the inner concept of it and the message we could learn from it. And the Rebbe explains that the difference between the Shemesh and the Yereach, the sun and the moon, the Shemesh and the Levana, the sun is more by day, the moon is at night. The sun represents light, the moon reflects the light. But symbolically, the sun represents more the Mashpia, and the moon represents more the Makabel. So you would think they're from two different worlds, and they don't, besides reflecting each other, the Levana reflecting the light of the sun, there isn't too much of a connection. But the Rebbe says the truth is the connection, number one, the connection is always there. The sun's always shining no matter where it is in the world. And also together they fulfill the Kavanah of the Yevishter. So the Rebbe first explains the lesson we can learn from this is that many times we find ourselves as more the Makabel. For example, we're the one that's sharing, we're teaching people, we're giving tzedakah to people. And a person sometimes can make a mistake and think, well, they've created me as Mashpian, so now it's Makabel, there isn't too much a connection. So when I'm giving tzedakah, there's a connection. But otherwise, there's no connection between the two. And when I'm learning and I'm davening, I don't have anything to do with the giving tzedakah, I don't have anything to do with helping other people, because I am dealing with myself. The Rebbe says the lesson is that we need to remember that Hashem created us, created the Mashpia and created the Makabel for us to be united and constantly think about each other and care for each other and share with each other. The Rebbe moves on to explain that the lesson is even deeper. We know that just like the Mashpia is giving the Makabel gives the opportunity and helps the Mashpia. In fact, Torah says that the Makabel helps the Mashpia even more than the Mashpia helps the Makabel. So we have to remember that Bashkach Al Yoina, the Yevishter decides this one's going to be the Mashpia, this one's going to be the Makabel, and they're going to meet each other so they can fulfill what each other need to have. And the Mashpia becomes also the Makabel, and the Makabel is also the Mashpia, and together they become one. And that is what we find that by Pesach as well. We find by the Korban Pesach, there's also this concept of unity. For example, by the Korban Pesach, we know when you roast it, it's very unique that it says a krav, a kiboy, it has to be together with the legs, the head with the legs, and the inside of the animal, all together, roasted together. The head and the feet are very far from each other. They're very different body parts, and yet they're all roasted together as one. We need to remember the same thing, and the same thing is also when they eat the carbon Pesach. All the Yidden are you take different, Yidden, everyone's is a Yid for themselves, and they all come together in one mechitza, in one group, and they eat together till everyone has the same limit, till they become satisfied, and that shows the Indian of Achdus. So we need to remember to always be ba'achdus with other people, not only that we're two different people coming together to fulfill one kavanah, but even more, we all become one. We're goy echad, and we're ish echad, and even more we become lev echad. Stakim inside our guf are different, inside the neshama we're all really one. And just like the Yidden when they left Mitzrayim, when the Gula was for everyone, it was someone like Moshe Rabbeinu and even for the regular people. They all went out at the same moment, midnight. They left Mitzrayim, the Gula. So too now through the Indian of Achdus. And we could cheer for each other and care for each other just like ourselves. Because remember, we're all one. And helping each other with the needs for Pesach, we will be able to be Zoiche to the Gula Mitzvah Shleima, take of me al Mamish. First of all, I want to thank those who arranged this weekly Vartera. And thank you very much for arranging it. I also want to make a special Mazel Tov and a special Shnas Hatzlacha for Rabbi Shachat. His birthday, the Rosh Yeshiva. His birthday is Chavdalid Adar. They just had a bringing for him for his birthday. So Hashem should bless him with Arichas Yom Shem Tevis and the Shnas Tzlacha B'Gashmis Baruchnius. He'll be able to lead the yeshiva with even more health and strength and Yechel Mechayel Achayil. Be Zeichet to Gula Mitzvah Shleima. Take it me al Mamish.